All right, family, we are back. Make sure you drop a like on the video, smash the like, subscribe, tap in so you can be back in. Without further ado, let's get into it. We'll be reacting to Perkins react to Kyrie Irving dropping 42 points to carry the Mavericks to beat the Warriors. Hey, they act like they got amnesia and they don't know who Kyrie, the Don Doncic, is. They act like Kyrie, the Uncle Drew Irving, is who he is. Come on now, let's get it.
Of NBA and guys putting up monster numbers, I gotta pull out a word of the day to start this day off right. And it's Genesis, okay? The origin of something when it has begun or starts to exist. Listen, Adam Silver, if you was in studio right now, I'd give you a fat kiss on the cheek. You know why? Because you came up with the play-in tournament. It has been one of the best things that's happened to the NBA. You know why, Malika? Because the
How y'all feel about the play in? Is it one of the best things that has happened to the NBA? I need to know.
playoffs has officially started for a lot of teams, whether they trying to stay in the playoffs or get into the play-in tournament and keep their spot to have a chance to get into the postseason. So we saw last night and we witnessed stars starring, but we also witnessed guys competing at a high level because every game matters right now.
All right, Perk. Well, we're still trying to understand, right, the genesis of the Luka trade, to use your word of the day. But a new era is in Dallas. It is underway. The Mavs, they took on the new look Warriors last night. It felt like a playoff game type of atmosphere when these two took the courts. Let's pick it up, Perk, in the third quarter here. Steve Kerr, as the Warriors crept back into this game, his temper got a little hot.
He doing all that crying.
Boy, Steve Kerr was out there cussing last night, boy. I had to hit him with the dose. I said the dose.
What the babies go do? He should have had them more disciplined defensively because Dallas had whatever they wanted.
Out at midcourt there, in timeout, yelling at an official. He would get teed up there. And then a few minutes later, Kyrie Irving hits a three. What a game by Kyrie.
This stretch right there was crazy. He hit three straight. I think this is the last one of them.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, Sean.
Nah, I don't even think that's the last one because he had one on that corner wing.
Again there. Let's go ahead to the fourth quarter here, Perk. Just over 5 to play. The Warriors down by 7. Steph Curry hits the corner three.
I mean, look, wide open. The ball movement was beautiful. You can't leave him off the pin down right here. Got him again.
Curry with the wing once again. Golden State now in front. Under 2 to play. All tied up at 104. Irving. It's the right wing. Dallas now up by 3.
He loves that side.
And then minute and a half left to play. Still a 3-point game. Dallas turnover. Moses Moody misses it, but there's Jimmy Butler to clean it up inside, Kendrick.
I mean, that's what one of the reasons they brought him in. Jimmy does everything. Jack of all trades.
Huge bucket here for Najee Marshall. Hits the floater to put the
Hey, man, put some respect on Najee Marshall's name.
Mavericks up by 2. So, Perk, 23 seconds left in the game. Golden State down by 2. Butler drives, blocker charge.
Charge.
Steve Kerr would review it, but the call would stand as a charge. Here's Irving talking to Scott Van Pelt about the game and taking this charge.
You got to put your body on the line, Scott. You got to put your body on the line, man. You got to leave it all out there. This is what the NBA is about.
Put his body on the line. He did, and 42 points on the night. Dallas gets the win, 111-107, and we knew this. Kyrie.
Hey, how are y'all feeling about this win? Kyrie Irving went out there and did a masterclass of work.
Hey, yo!
Certified bucket. Last night, he became the 4th player in Mavericks history with a game of 40 points, made 60% of his shots. He did have no assists. It was one of the first things he told our friend Scott Van Pelt after
That boy was hungry.
the game is that he thought he should have maybe had more assists, but he is the Mavs engine right now, down so many players here. So let's welcome in our Mavericks reporter, Tim McMahon. Howdy, Tim. You were in the building last night, and obviously we've covered in depth how devastated the Mavs fan base has been after this Luka Doncic trade, but it seemed a little bit lighter in the arena last night. How was the atmosphere? You were there.
Hey, Tim McMahon been getting some flack.
50% of the U.S. is.
You got that, what's that, salt and pepper going on? Wait a minute. Got me out here like.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
A whole lot of Warriors fans in the building, almost like a neutral crowd. They were outnumbered, but anytime the Warriors are on the road, there's going to be a lot. Probably a few more Mavericks fans were motivated to see other tickets this time. Honestly, I was surprised that there weren't. I didn't hear any type of fire Nico chants, those sort of protests. There wasn't the crazy security activity, the over-aggressive security activity that there was on Monday night. And listen, Kyrie Irving gave the Mavericks fans that were in the building something to cheer about. This was a
I need them to understand, like, we still like the team. We just don't like the fact that the organization went behind the back of everybody and decided to do what they did. That's all.
spectacular shot-making performance by Kyrie Irving. This was the kind of performance the Mavericks desperately needed. Their leader, the guy who was the leader when Luka was here, the guy who is definitely the leader of this team now, to deliver. And it wasn't just about the shot-making. It wasn't just about the
That's a question for y'all. Who was the leader when Luka Doncic was here? Was it Kyrie or was it Luka Doncic? What are we really missing?
Energy, the calm that he's had really since he's been here, but definitely throughout this entire ordeal that's unfolded over the last couple of weeks. As he said, as he told SVP, he put his body on the line with the game on the line. That's leadership. It's not just do as Kyrie says, it's do as he does.
And this was certainly a morale boost that the Mavs fan base and the team seems to need heading into the All-Star
I mean, with Kyrie having third quarter critical runs,
break. Tim McMahon, audio.
Can't really do nothing.
Very much. The Warriors, the Mavs, just won 15 total games around the association last night. So let's go coast to coast on the action with our senior writer Brian Windhorst, our senior insider Sham Charania joining us.
All right, so we're tapping into the Nuggets.
Career high 55 points and win against the Blazers. Pork, I am going to start with you.
Bruh, hold on, wait a minute. Let me make sure I'm marked.
Oh my God!
55?
Let's start in Denver, where Jamal Murray put up a career high 55 points and win against the Blazers. Pork, I am going to start with you. The Nuggets have won an NBA best 8 straight games. Are they the biggest threat to the Thunder out west?
They absolutely are. We know what Jokic is going to bring to the table. He's been doing that all season long, well, his entire career. But now the others are stepping up. Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, Christian Braun. I'm sorry, Nuggets fans. He has elevated his game, but they are the second best team in the Western Conference right now. More complete team.
And one of the biggest shockers of the night, maybe, the Giannis and Dameless Bucks took down Ant and the Timberwolves. Ant came in with 3 straight 40-point games, but shot just 10 of 33 in a 2-point loss. So Brian, Perk said that he thought that Ant would be standing on business here. What happened?
Hey, what happened to Ant? I'm asking y'all.
Well, they were really red hot, the Wolves, the last few games, but they've lost their mojo. And when Ant has a low efficiency game, they don't have as many offensive options as they did a year ago.
Well, lastly, the Suns slump continued. They felt the Rockets 119-111 in their last game before the break. KD did finish with a game-high 37. They have fallen all the way down to the 11th seed, a game out of 10. There was no Devin Booker in this one, no Bradley Beal, but still, the Suns really need to start racking up these wins because the All-Star break is coming at a good time for Phoenix. They've had a rough month, but hey, a lot of folks have, so let's just breathe here. Phoenix just 1-6 in their last 7 games this month. That's tied for their second worst in the league right now. Another issue is that the games, they haven't really been close. They've been outscored by almost 11 points a game. So, Brian, is there anything you think to be hopeful here for the Phoenix Suns?
I wish I had a different answer. The Suns, some of the parts just don't make sense. They have a lot of talent. They've really worked hard to build out this team. When they first put Durant and Beal together, they didn't have a good supporting cast. I think they do now. They have built out guards. They have made some trades to get wings.
I need you to drop in the comments. Do y'all think KD is leaving? And if so, how fast do you think my boy is jumping ship? All my Phoenix Suns supporters. I'm not going to call you fans. Supporters, tap in. It's your time to shine.
Wings and to get big men. But Malika, you put them together and it's not equaling wins. You are what your record says that you are. For a while, they had a pretty good record with Durant on the court. And then when he was out with injury, they were well below 500. And you could kind of just hope that if Durant was healthy, that this team would play well. But even those hopes have diminished because Durant has been on the court recently. He's been playing well, putting up big numbers, and they've been losing. It's extremely frustrating. A team that is the most expensive team in the league with this kind of star power is multiple games under 500 going into the break.
Say it, Wendy. Say it. Say it. How do you have this much talent on the roster and not be successful, right? And has underachieved. The second, they're right there with the Philadelphia 76ers as far as most disappointing teams. Why is that? You get a new head coach. You got some offensive firepower. You thought you filled the void as far as the positions that needed to be filled, the point guard position, the center position. You got a nice little young stud in the kid Richards you just acquired. Every time I look up, he's having a double-double. Why can't this turn over the wins? I'm not about to sit up here and bash.
Facts, because they got Tyus Jones. Tyus Jones is a legitimate point guard who's capable of keeping that offense on the floor. When we played, a matter of fact, that was the person that was literally taking us down.
Hey, yo! KD today about leadership, right? But there's something going on that's not clicking. When you look at this team, they play a bunch of individual basketball. There's nowhere in hell you have a veteran squad that can't pull together and know that, hey, you know what? We don't know what's going to happen in the future, in a few months down the line when the season is over. Yeah. We don't know who's going to get traded. Why can't they can pull together right now and turn these losses into wins?
But Perk, they knew this roster was incomplete and needed something. That's why they tried so hard to go and get Jimmy Butler. This is an incomplete basketball team. They're missing that toughness, that edge. You've been talking about it since December. This team needed that toughness and that grit. We're seeing what Jimmy Butler does for the Warriors. He's willing to sacrifice his stats. He just wants to win. He's able to do the little things for Stephen Curry and for Draymond Green. Right. That's what they wanted here. I think this next second half of the season, to me, is just appreciating the joy of watching Kevin Durant and appreciate his game. I mean, he's 6th in the NBA right now in points per game. He leads the NBA in field goal percentage on jumpers. He leads the league in field goal jump shots per game. His game is aging gracefully. And listen, the Golden State Warriors, and I talk to people around there, they really feel like they had an agreement in place.
Shams, let me find out you got some donuts cooking back there because the glaze is crazy.
So go get Kevin Durant and bring him back. The only problem was Kevin Durant did not want to go back. He wanted to finish out the season in Phoenix. He wants to enjoy playing with this younger type of roster that we saw last night. I mean, there were some players on that team last night in first, second, third year, very young. And so this summer's gonna be a different story. I think there's gonna be some hard conversations between the Suns and Kevin Durant in communicating and figuring out his future.
I think we have a lot of conversations, to your point, about Steph and about LeBron and about whether or not a year here or there was this a wasted year. And I sort of wonder why those conversations haven't started with Kevin Durant, because he's done everything. He's averaging 27 a game. He's mentioned in trade rumors his team is under 500. I don't think that's fair to one of the game's greats. And it's going to be very interesting to see. It's something that the rest of the league is tracking. What is going to happen to him this
I need to ask y'all a serious question. Do you think the owners are sending a message? And if so, what message are they sending to the athletes?
summer? We got a lot to get to.
Who's coming in the draft?
All right, family, that wraps it up for this reaction. Make sure you like, subscribe, tap in so you can be back in. I'm your host, Locke, or you can call me Spirit. Make sure you go to myspirit.com to enter your chance to win some exclusive merch. You got to say, I subscribe, so I can check and verify that you subscribe in order to enter to win the giveaway for the t-shirts. We got high fire. I'm just saying, it's high fire. But before we go, we're going to vibe out a little bit.
Boom. Roasted. Mavsphere.
Don't you put that evil on me!
Stop acting like you know the way ahead, like you know the rules. There are no rules, man. We're lost.
Is this the dagger?